Driving from Phoenix to Zion National Park is very exciting if you like road trips like us. The change in landscape with some vegetation and different colors, but then also scenery like in New England as we drove through San Francisco Peak, and then back to a desert climate landscape when we passed through the Indian Reservation along the way. Before entering Springdale, we have to enter 2 tunnels, and the one that we are going through right now is the shorter one. Springdale is a small, beautiful town, gateway to Zion National Park. It is only a 5-minute drive to the visitor center from here. This is our first day, and now we are heading to the grotto, where the Kayenta Trail, Angel's Landing, and the Western Trail starts. The grotto is a beautiful place where you can see different formations of canyons from all sides, beautiful cottonwood trees, and the Virgin River flowing through. The Kayenta Trail is about 2 miles and 3 to 4 hours depending on how fast or slow you hike and rest. Tip: make sure to rest accordingly to your body and the weather. The trail starts by following the Virgin River before ascending to the Middle and Upper Emerald pools. It is a moderate hike and families with children are seen up there. As you can see, the panoramic view of Zion Canyon is just spectacular. We are heading first to the Upper Emerald Pool, and when we come back, we will stop at the Middle Emerald Pool. We are finally at the Upper Emerald Pool, and I have to say, this is so beautiful. You can hear the waterfall descending with the chatter of people nearby, and yet it is so calm and peaceful. We rested for about 30 minutes while having our snacks and water, and now are heading down to the Middle Emerald Pool. We walked about 15 minutes down, and now we are here at the Middle Emerald Pool. We took some pictures before hiking down to the grotto. Arriving back at the grotto, we rested and had our lunch. Parking was full this morning at the grotto, even though we were here around 8:30 a.m. So we had to park at another place, which is about a 15 to 20 minute walk. Parking is usually very difficult during summer, as you can imagine. There is also a free shuttle bus to all the main points. Although Zion is not a huge national park compared to the many others, it is one of the most visited national parks in the country. Right now, we are walking down by the Riverside Walk Trail to our parking lot. You can see the Kayenta Trail on the other side of the river, where we had been earlier. Now we are on our way on the scenic drives in Zion. The combination of the rocks, boulders, mountains, and the colors and formation is just spectacular that you can't miss. Moreover, it makes you want more and more. We also try to relax ourselves and realize ourselves just being there with this beautiful landscape to emulate ourselves within. Our first day was amazing with a beautiful hike, and seeing and being close to this beautiful place is so satisfying. Around 4 o'clock, we came back to our hotel, took a shower, and relaxed for some time before going out for dinner. It is our second day, and although it is raining a bit, we are well prepared for it. We drove to the temple of Sinawava, and now we are walking to the entrance of the Narrows. During summer, visitors go beyond the entrance, walking through the river about 2 miles beyond.
먼저 거의
Our riverside
됐다. Oh, look at this. 360. Drink this shower this cake shower sip this cake to 잡는도 안도 얘네 preparation 줘야 돼. 잘 그렇게 아니 다시 막이랑 안도 활동소 샤워 통소 축이 파져 줘라. 디 믹스게 되는데 애리조나 디 유타나 리고 그래. 자인 내셔널 파크 아니 한 털에 야고도 운주스 저거에 말으셔야 돼. 내 용에다 근데 내 용도는 이만이 용쇼는 숨 먼저 이만이 이게 차지해야 돼. 어디 쉬어요.
This is one of the most popular places in Zion where people float during the summer. We also saw some people with full waterproof pants and boots going beyond the narrow entrance. We are now heading to the canyon overlook. This is a moderate 1-mile trail which lies to the east side of Zion. The trail begins with a series of sandstone steps with a metal handrail leading to a rocky terrain above a dark slot canyon. Near the end of the trail, the view opens up to an expanse of red and cream-colored slick rock. The height of the overlook can't be justified from this video, as you can see in person how high they are. You can also see the mountain names we listed up here. We captured some great shots wherever we went. Today is our third and last day at Zion National Park, and we have to check into a hotel in Tucson, Arizona. So, we decided to head out to Angel's Landing as early as possible. It was early, around 7:30 a.m., when we arrived at the grotto. Anyone can hike from the Western Trail up to the Scout Lookout, but beyond that, you need a permit to hike the Angel's Landing, which we had. All these trails are beautiful and very different from the trails in New England. Because of the rain the previous day, the ground was wet, and while we were almost to the Scout Lookout, a few drops of rain were pouring down. The moment we started to climb about 100 feet up to Angel's Landing, there was no way we could go beyond. Although my father could have climbed it, his hand could not hold the chain for long because of the temperatures. Along with that, we did not have the necessities to climb that steep mountain. Now, we are on our way to the Grand Canyon. It was beautiful to see some snow falling earlier on the way, and now foggy and beautiful colors of the desert view. After driving a little over 2 hours, we are here at the town called Page, where you can see the famous Horseshoe Bend. Now the sign is shining bright and we are heading to Horseshoe Bend, just a 15-minute walk from the parking lot. Many of us have seen the pictures, but today we are finally seeing it in person. It is spectacular, and the height of it with the photos and videos don't do the justice. We spent half an hour or so taking some photos and relaxing before heading to the Grand Canyon. Today is our first day at the Grand Canyon, and my dad emphasized if we really want to feel and experience this amazing place, then a viewpoint alone won't do good, but you have to push yourself and be a part of the place to experience it. Therefore, hiking is a perfect activity around here, no matter how far down you are able to go. So, we drove southwest to Hermit Rest, where the Hermit Trail starts. Grand Canyon Hermit Trail ani di car hike di chizini the sheep bare ani manzo yang anzo di car di modern resha but di lado har difficult do nicha las so hakume. Although the whole Hermit Trail is more than 8 miles, it is considered as moderate to difficult, depending on how far you go. We climbed down about 2 miles, which took us a little over an hour. We stopped at the junction trailhead to the Dripping Spring Trail and Hermit Trail. It was important to think about returning, which is twice as difficult. While we reached the junction, we had our snack and water.
Thank Odini Age Lamga Trail Odini Azanli the Madro the rest chan Dini Azanli Tadangani Dini Azar there. The Dindicini trail, and Kashi ta moderate che, Kashi easy che, Kashi difficult. The Ganzudi Joseph the moderate, Dinima pet cora dona, difficult draw, the Ganzudi drag it in the Inji same what they came to the Duda. Yeah. I can't later do later is a choosing course so can't land. Much to check the check. Later do little yard. When so manga chena and manga touching the chilati is such. Can't later some stuff. The lame is your job. Let's so Ganga let's like yellow. There you go. Let's so.
After lunch, we drove to the east, stopping at almost every viewpoint, breathing the fresh air, sensing ourselves just being there, and taking abundant pictures. Day 2. Today is Friday and it is our last day at the Grand Canyon. We drove to the east near Yaki Point and decided to hike the South Kaibab Trail. This one is quite a different trail from Hermit Trail and looks more adventurous. The trail to the Skeleton Point is a little over 3 miles, and 3 to 4 hours hike both ways. Initially, we planned to hike down to Oha Point, but since we could do more, we hiked down to Cedar Ridge. And we also have to think about coming up. Cedar Ridge is a little over 1.5 miles and it took us 3 hours both ways, including the resting and etc. Our plan was to hike in the morning and afternoon seeing other attractions. Nature has given us everything and we feel so grateful for this beautiful earth.
Yeah. Let's go like yellow, like yellow. Like yellow. Like yellow, like yellow. Like yellow, like yellow. Yeah, like yellow, like yellow.
After reaching up, we drove back to the visiting center and had our lunch. In the afternoon, we drove to the Desert View Watchtower. This is a beautiful 70 feet tall tower designed by architect Mary Coulter, made with sedimentary rocks and clay in 1932. The tower was designed to commemorate to all the native indigenous people who lived around this area. Our last day is almost near the end. One can easily spend a week here hiking, being in this beautiful landscape, and visiting all the attractions, including the museums. One of the unique times to see the Grand Canyon is sunrise, which is ideal for photographers. My dad and I decided to come to Mather Point to take some photos and see the view. There were quite a number of people, including photographers with cameras set on tripods, occupying the best spots to get the shots ready. That was our last goodbye to the majestic Grand Canyon, and we drove back to our hotel where my mom had finished her breakfast by the time we arrived. My dad and I had our breakfast and then headed out for Phoenix. On the way, we decided to stop at Sedona, which was one of our original destinations before we changed to Zion. Nevertheless, we visit the Buddha Stupa. It is an outdoor open space and there wasn't any temple or etc. People from all faiths come here and pray and meditate. We stayed there for some time and circumambulate the stupa. We drove back to the main town and had our lunch. We bought some souvenirs for our family back in Boston, and my dad bought a cowboy hat for himself. Thereafter, our journey continues to Phoenix.